Big Gav. Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche Postgame Show, presented by Bet365 Live with J. Mike and Rudo as the Avs defeat the Florida Panthers 6-2 in dominant fashion. You know you can't spell Gavin without Av? Maybe it was meant to be.
It was meant to be, yeah.
Worked out.
Written in the stars.
Gavin Brindley returns and is maybe the Avs' best player in this game. We'll talk about him a little bit later, but pretty refreshing game to see from the Avalanche after a hard-fought road trip. What's not to love here, honestly?
Yeah, I mean, you had a couple of sluggish instances as you're going to in any matchup. I really didn't love that first goal they gave up, but I mean, you dominated this game from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
You did what you hope to do on a national TV game against a team. You know, I know it's not the same Florida Panthers, but that's still a team that carries a lot of prestige.
Not a team that you expect to be an easy out, even if the Avs made them look like one through a good portion of this game. Colorado moves to 11-0-2 on home ice.
Pretty good.
Yeah, ridiculousness. They're the first team in the NHL to 50 points. Dallas lost today in regulation, so the Avs actually get some points back on them.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Tom Cruise.
It feels good. It feels good right now to be an Avs fan. By the way, I know the Avs just went on a ridiculous streak of games with point streaks. They're just doing that again. Like, they got a point out of the Nashville game the other day, and they're right back into a 4-game point streak where they're 3-0-1 after the loss to the Islanders. So there is no concern about when a team is as good as the Avalanche. You spend a good portion of, especially the middle section of the season, going, where's the letdown? When's the letdown going to come? Where are they going to start slipping? That loss to the Islanders, you thought, oh boy, maybe this is it. They win 2 games. Yeah, you end up losing to Nashville, but it's in overtime. You think, oh boy, if they lose a couple of games here, Dallas could catch them. And then they come out and destroy the Panthers. Like, they make a statement of like, yeah, no, this isn't happening this year. We're going to be at the top.
Yeah, I think the response has been there consistently with this group this season. We haven't seen things compound and turn into, you know, a 2-3 game stretch of sluggishness. And that's not to say that it's always been perfect. They probably won a game or two along the way that, you know,
they got away with it. Yeah.
Didn't have their A game, but that's what good teams do.
Absolutely.
They take care of business. And what good teams do is they beat teams on the second night of a back-to-back, especially, you know, when you're rested and on home ice where you're proving to just be a wagon. I mean, the wagon rolls on at this point.
Well, and it's... You ever run out of gas on the road, J. Mike?
No, but my fiance has multiple times.
I've done it twice. Once in Lakewood here down in Denver area and once up in Fort Collins. And both times, it's because I wasn't paying attention to my gas meter, right? I didn't realize I was on empty. I didn't realize I was going to run out of gas. The Avs are paying attention to the gas meter in this game. They dominated for 45 minutes, looked up, saw it was 6-1 in the third period, and said, we're good. we can relax, boys. And they coasted in that third period. Deservedly so. They earned it. But I think it's important to note that we talk about how, it's so hard for the Avs to run for the President's Trophy, and there's concerns about they're going to tire themselves out doing that. When you win like this, it actually saves your legs more than other teams.
The low-stress wins are huge when it comes to the sustainability of all this. Just not having to put the high-stress minutes late in games on the tires at this stage is... It's such a big win. And I mean, you smoked them in this game, but like late in the, you give up the goal late, right? Cut it to 6-2.
Yeah, who cares?
As you said at that time, like, I mean, they could score again and you're still not in this matchup.
Right.
And to me, like, it's exactly where you want to be. You know, I don't want to go too far away from hockey, but like, I feel like if you watch that Broncos Raiders game on Sunday, similar mindset.
Yep.
We're in full control of this game.
For the first time this year for the Broncos, maybe.
It was, the least stressful win they've had. It was nice to have one, but I think good teams know the situation.
Yeah.
And the Avs knew the situation tonight.
Absolutely. They saved the legs a little bit. And they've done plenty of that this year. This is not a team that I think has put too much stress on themselves when it comes to that. There are some schedule things that are out of their own control that sometimes you have to play a lot of games in a row. But we talked about this in the third period, the watch along, and I wanted to reiterate it since we're talking about this. TOI leader in this game for the Avs forward core, Brock Nelson. Only forward to break 20 minutes. The Avs top line, McKinnon played 19 like he played 18. Natchez played 17. All of Nichushkin, Drury, and Brindley broke 16, and Landeskog was at 15:52, so essentially broke 16. Even your guys below that, Colton at 13, Kelly at 13, and then Olofsson at 10. And some of those numbers are inflated because Kiviranta got hurt and did not return after the second, or at the start of the second. So for the second 2/3 of the game, Kivy wasn't in your rotation, and you still only had one guy break 20 minutes in your forward core. That is extremely balanced usage. On the defensive side, for Makar, 22 minutes is not very much.
It's 3 below average, roughly.
Right.
Yeah.
Taves played 21, which is a solid amount, but your low defenseman was Josh Manson at 17:04. It's perfectly balanced. As in the real world, as balanced as you're going to get for the Avs lineup. And, you know, there's part of you that's like, let Nathan MacKinnon play 30 minutes a night and score 1 billion points and break records. But the Avs know the real goal here is not to blow teams out. It's to put yourself in a position to win come April, May, and June.
Yeah, I mean, we're not in the record-breaking business. You know,
Right.
It's championship or bust mentality, and it's great to see what he's doing. And I think he's the betting, favorite for the MVP for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the, if you ask Mac,
He doesn't
one
care.
Stanley
Yeah.
Cup or 10 MVPs, like
the cup every time. No doubt about it. Let actually do the 60-second rundown here. Yeah. I did forget to do that, so we can jump in with that. Avs get off to a great start. I think they're out shooting Florida 10-1 in the first 6 minutes of this game, and they get rewarded. Sam Malinski scores a goal less than 80 seconds in. We'll talk about him a little bit later. Florida does score the next goal, though, because sports are silly, and sometimes that's how it goes. The Avs give up a bit of a break, and Noah Gregor with a very nice finish. But the Avs just are better than Florida in this game. In the first period, it takes 20 shots, but they keep working, and they get rewarded. Brock Nelson bangs one home in front. They take a lead into the second period, and then they end the game in the second period. They just continue pushing in a way that Florida cannot keep up with. Gavin Brindley gets rewarded on a rebound for a 3-1 goal. Nathan MacKinnon also finishes one to make it 4-1, and Artturi Lehkonen makes it 5-1, which really puts this game away in the second period. There were multiple goals called back in the second as well, though, that ultimately didn't matter. We'll talk about them, but it is what it is. Landy also gets a goal on the board in the third, and then the Avs give up a nothing goal in the late stages of the third to make it a 6-2 final.
Sam Mahimski.
Yeah, Mahimski. He is him. I do want to talk about him later too, but we'll stick with some of the team stuff first. The only real negative I think out of this game is the Kiviranta injury. You never want to see anyone get hurt. Thankfully, the Avs do have a lot of depth. It's pretty easy to slot Bardakov right back into this lineup. Yeah. Get well soon, Kivy, but the Avs are fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful or insensitive or anything like that, but he's not the stick that stirs the drink for you, or if you straw, whatever it is.
If you had to pick someone on the Avs to get hurt, obviously the answer is no one. But
ideally, the
most easily replaceable one in the lineup today was Kiviranta. Yeah. And it still sucks that anyone got hurt, but if that was Nathan MacKinnon, it alters the Avs season, right? If it's Kiviranta, it's all right. Well, we'll figure it out. So not too worried about
temporarily
it. Temporarily
hurts the depth a little bit.
Yep.
But you get LOC back in a little bit here, and
yeah,
you'll be all right.
Pretty reasonable chance that Kiviranta wasn't in your starting lineup if you were fully
I mean, if the
healthy
conversation is in late April and we're talking about Kiviranta as somehow being a pivotal piece of the equation, then something has gone horribly wrong.
Right. So you're not in that boat, certainly. You're in a place where the Avs, you honestly, not to be rude, but you probably won't even notice his absence. Like
that's what, I was kind of implying that, but
so that is what it is. Just to kind of take a look at how dominant the Avs were in this game, because it's drifting into silly territory at 5-on-5. Out attempted the Panthers 61-41 in this game, but in the first two periods, it was 48-27, basically doubling them up. Actual shots on goal, 38-20 at 5-on-5, actually doubling them up. High dangers were 11-9. Avs gave up a decent amount of high danger chances, but not really. A lot of those came after the game was well in hand for Colorado. When the game was close, they just jammed it down Florida's throat. Ridiculously good hockey at 5-on-5. And I say at 5-on-5 specifically because what do we make of the power play today?
They're as good 5-on-5 as they looked awful on the power play. In the last two games, it's been bad. Like there were times where they weren't scoring. The production wasn't there, but you didn't feel like the process was wrong. And I don't even know what to say about what, I mean, it was weird. We were joking on the watch long. It's like you changed the sliders because the pace would change all of a sudden. Yeah. They get passive and stop. I don't get it. I don't know what needs to happen for the top guys, and that's who this falls on, is the top guys.
Yes, absolutely.
To shake it up, to try something else.
There's two things I want to talk about here. One, in 6 minutes of power play time, you got one shot on goal.
Not great, Bob.
Bad. So bad. Like, untenably bad. And it didn't matter in this game because the Avs were just so much better than Florida that it's whatever.
That'll be the running conversation all year, though. It didn't hurt you now, but will it come? Is it the boogeyman that comes back to haunt you in the long run?
And those questions remain unanswered until it gets better.
Until you solve it, it's an issue.
The other side of this, though, is the Avs did sort of score a power play goal tonight. It just didn't count. And, you know, your point of your best players have to figure it out is exactly correct. Marty Necas has to do a better job of getting that puck across the blue line. If he makes a functional pass, it's across the blue line and he scores that goal, and we're all saying, hey, that was your power play scored tonight. Awesome. Instead, he flubs the pass. He goes offside on his own pass, and the goal gets called back because of a dumb mistake. Like,
someone sting a little less if it's your own doing.
At least it's not like somebody else screwed me. You have to be like, dang.
No, you can only blame the man in the mirror on that one.
Maybe. At least in Marty's eyes, he's like, well, at least it's my own fault. But I want to get it in there because we have to say something negative about this game.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's really annoying at this point. And if we're still talking about this in 2 months, then I might be balding by that point.
Yeah. Malding and balding, confirmed.
It just doesn't, it defies logic. You have so much firepower. You have so much skill. Every number with this team, 5-on-5, proves that. You get put in what should be the most advantageous scenario for this team. And it breaks their brain as much as it breaks mine. I really don't know what else to say about it at this point. It's baffling, other than like, at what point do you just, go full like high school coach mode of like, we're putting the grinders out there. Right, I know it's going to cause some stuff, and Mackinnon is tough to manage, I think, in that regard behind the scenes, but it can't be this all season.
Yeah, the Avs can't sit here going, 15% power plays all right. We're fine with this.
Well, it's like it's almost Christmas. It's not Halloween.
Right. Exactly. There's 31 games of this. I don't know. Anyway, we can move on from that because there is a ton of great to talk about, because everything besides the power play was great. Yeah, right. It's bad.
Be better.
That's it. Those are the two words. That's all you need to say about the power play. 5-on-5, I don't know that the Avs can be better. unbelievably good. We'll get into it a little more detail in some of the specific players, but we do need to shout out our sponsors and take our first break of the show.
I want to shout out Shopify. It's an e-commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world. 10% of all e-commerce in the US goes through Shopify. We use it. So many businesses use it. It is perfect for a small business out there. You know, do you have dreams growing up of ever owning a business or anything like Pokemon card business would probably be a good thing to have on Shopify?
I certainly had dreams of money. I wasn't a smart enough kid to understand how the business side of that works.
That's fair. We weren't thinking big picture.
That's why I need Shopify, though.
That's why we talk about hockey and we let Shopify handle the business side of things. They power our merch store. Check it out, by the way. We've got some awesome new DNVR hats on there.
They're sick.
Shopify's got you covered, though, with website creation, product description, email, social media marketing, and more. They've got AI tools designed to help you maximize your sales. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your biggest business idea into cha-ching with Shopify on your side. Sign up for $1 per month trial and start selling at shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity. Cha-ching.
When the money starts rolling in, you're going to want to make sure you're managing your money the right way. And that's where Monarch comes in. You can get with Monarch. They're basically a financial command center that'll show you everything you need when it comes to your money. You can look at your banks, your investments, your other finances. They can even show you like a pie chart of exactly which sectors you're spending all your money in. So when you look at mine and I realize I'm buying way too much fast food, I will know to do less of that. That's the idea. Whatever it is you want to do with your money, Monarch will show you the big picture. You're not going to want to let financial opportunity slip through your fingers. It's built for people with busy lives. If you've put off organizing your finances, that's what Monarch can help you do. It does all the heavy lifting. All you have to do is link your account in minutes and you'll get clear data visuals. They were also rated as the best finance app in 2025 for the Wall Street Journal. Also been named the best app for couples by Forbes. A bunch of other awards along the way too. So make sure you're getting with Monarch. Don't let that financial opportunity slip through your fingers. Use code DNVR at monarch.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's half off your first year at monarch.com with code DNVR, and make sure your finances are looking right. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. Are we good to go with 3 stars? Let's do the 3 stars first, although there were many more than 3 good players for the Avs. Brock Nelson, 1 goal, 1 assist, another 2-point night for him. And
Admiral.
Yeah, lieutenant. I've been calling him the lieutenant.
Is an admiral higher or lower than a lieutenant?
I don't know. I don't know the Navy, dude. I only know Army ranks. The thing with Nelson, it's not about necessarily his individual games as of late. It's about the production consistency you've gotten out of Brock Nelson over the last 10, 15 games, whatever stretch you want to call it. I'm not going to put too much of a specifics on it, but you look at, he has 3 goals in his last 5 games. And then in his last 10, that's up to 5, which isn't awesome. But then he had 3 goals in 3 games in a row before that. So this is what second line production looks like. They're not going to score every night. They're going to have stretches of 2 or 3 games where they go without production, but then they come back with a couple of goals in a row. Then they come back with the production of an assist and some points here and there. And Nelson, his arc this season is interesting because through the first portion of the season, he was underperforming heavily. And now I think you can make a pretty good argument that he's exceeded expectations where we currently stand.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's starting to put himself in that Nazem Kadri realm of things where it's, my God, if this is what you're getting from the 2C, then how do you slow this team down?
Apparently you don't if you're Florida.
You know what I love about him too? And I think Kadri brought an energy that's maybe a different vibe, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like he impacted the team in a different way. Nelson, older guy, obviously steady. The timing of his goals have been big this year. Yeah. Like, you know, you dominate that first period, but you give up a sloppy one. And it feels like it's going to be one of those annoying ones where you go into the break 1-1 or worse, even down. And Boom. Nelson, the right place, right time goal. You're up 2-1 as it should be. It just feels like he's been that guy time and time again this year.
And the Avs never look back from getting that goal, right? You look at the Nashville loss the other day, and it's like, it feels like the Avs just couldn't get that next goal.
You just kept letting them hang around.
None of that because Nelson puts them on the track at the end of the first period. It's a great point. Star number 2, Sam Malinski, a.k.a. Sam Mahimski.
I'm him.
We are at the point with Malinski where you went into this season feeling like he was probably the most expendable defenseman on the team. In a sense of if you're trying to trade a real piece to upgrade something. He's been too good to trade. You can't get rid of him now. He's played his way permanently onto the Colorado Avalanche because he's been so good this year. He picks up a goal and an assist tonight, which is a career high point total for him. It's game 31 of the season, and it's a career high point total for him. Dude's been amazing for the Avs and is setting himself up to, I don't know. We'll see if the Avs can afford him at the end of the year, but he's gonna get paid on his next contract.
I'm sure that'll be a fun spring, summer debate. The whole Sammy G. Malinski, what happens here?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. If you had to trade a defenseman right now, it's probably Sam Girard.
I think Malinski's been too good. You've got to try and invest in that long term if you can. I think one of the things I would say about this team, like as much as we've harped on the power play of being a potential pitfall, like if you're looking for reasons to poke holes in this team's ceiling or what could potentially hold them back from achieving it, I guess would be the better way of phrasing that. I think the quality play from the guys that you kind of just expected to be depth pieces would be the opposite, of why this team, they have the star power, they were going to be, McKinnon and Nietzsche and McCart, what those guys are.
Yeah.
The fact that they're getting this from the Malinskis and Brindleys of the world. And I know Olofsson's in kind of a slump right now, but he was scoring, early in the year. Like you're getting so much out of your depth guys. And it's just, I think it's overwhelming, and it plays into that inevitability of this team is there's just so many guys that pitch in.
Yep. And the depth is outrageous. Even someone like Olofsson, yes, you want more than what you're getting out of him as of late. But if Victor Olofsson doesn't score another point for the rest of the season, the Avs got their money's worth out of that guy. And that's like the guy
bang
that
for your buck right now is unreal. I mean, it's some Costco value.
Right. And that's the dude that you're like, wow, he's the one that needs to pick it up. The value top to bottom is just so strong. And star number 1, you already mentioned in Gavin Brindley. Holy cow, man. This is we talk about Malinski earning a spot. We've already liked Gavin Brindley a lot this year, and deservedly so. But to come back from injury and look the way he did in this game, forget the point totals, the way he played tonight, this dude's going to be playing in the NHL for a long time.
I bought a lot of Gavin Brindley stock initially on vibes alone.
Yeah.
Just this guy's kind of fun. And then he just continually kind of outperforms expectation. And he's improved steadily as the season's gone on. And he's been a very impactful guy. And a lot like what I said with some of the loud plays from Nelson, I feel like there's an element to Brindley on that, where it's just like that dude he works and he puts himself in the right spot, and the goal production has been something else for that guy.
Yeah, I think his production is
probably not super sustainable, but still.
I mean, you were lying if you expected it to be this good.
Yeah,
you could have dreamed on him being this guy someday, but for a dude who started this season with 0 NHL games, there was no way that expectation was on him. And I don't think it's a secret that the Avs had a road trip without Gavin Brindley and played all of those games close or lost. Not that the Avs aren't really good without him, but you need a game where you need a little bit of extra energy. You need a spark. We talked about how much the Avs missed that from Gavin Brindley, and it was immediately apparent in this game that spark makes a difference, because you go into that third period or second period, you're up by 1. You could let a team hang around. Gavin Brindley's the one to put home a rebound to give you the 3-1 lead that ultimately goes on to be the game-winning goal. Guys like that just find ways to be effective because they're always involved in the play because they just work too hard.
He's fun, man.
Seriously.
I'm glad the chat got the Inspector Gadget reference, but he feels like that, right? Like, he had so many different little things he could throw at you. The Avs, a 2-1 game, just go Brindley.
Yep.
Boom, 2-1.
To go
3-1.
back to the time on ice that we talked about earlier, Gavin Brindley, a rookie, his first game back to injury. You don't know what to expect. He played well enough to earn 16 minutes from Jared Bednar tonight. He is not Victor Olofsson down there playing 10 minutes. He's not even your fourth line guys like a Parker Kelly who are limited to 13.
Bedsy's not a charity minutes kind of guy.
No, he gives guys to the guys who earn them, and Gavin Brindley is... I don't want to overstep too much, but I think after tonight, we're never going to see him on the fourth line even. This guy just became a third line or potentially even middle six player for the Colorado Avalanche.
I don't know how your takeaway at this point would be, let's get less ice time for this guy.
It shouldn't be, unless you're the Florida Panthers. You might want to see him less, I guess. Those are the 3 stars, but far from the only quality players in this game. Let's get over and check our stat sheet with Dick's Sporting Goods. Oh, by the way, Nathan Mackinnon had a 2-point night. Oh, by the way,
casually,
not too shabby from a Nathan Mackinnon. +2. 170% of his faceoffs had Shevin shots on goal. There's a reason he's going to be the MVP this year, is because he spent the second half of this game not caring. The second goal that beats the Avs, I guess not the second goal, the goal that gets called back for getting kicked in. Nathan Mackinnon is straight up like stick on his knees, coasting back, watching this play happen.
He was given Friday 4:15 vibes at certain parts of this game. What time is it?
But he earned the right to do that because he had 2 points and the Avs ran away with the game, and Nathan MacKinnon is an absolute monster. The goal tonight is Nathan MacKinnon's 25th of the season.
On December 11th.
50 feels free. 60 feels like he should probably get there.
I said he's going to get 70, and I know it was kind of crazy when I said it, but now I'm just going to lean into it. He's going to have a 70-goal season.
I don't think he will, but he could. The fact that I'm sitting here not saying that's ridiculous is how absurdly well Nathan MacKinnon has played.
You got to keep the faith.
I've never been one to have a lot of faith in anything, so... But, and that's... MacKinnon didn't even make the 3 stars today by doing that. How do you stop this team? Like, yes, they have bad nights. They have nights where the puck doesn't go in. But when this team is clicking on all cylinders, how do you stop this team?
You melt the ice.
Yeah, that could do it. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past this team to slap on roller skates and figure it out even then. Like,
turns out they're really good at water polo too. Who knew?
Yeah, I do wonder who do you think the best swimmer on the Avs is?
It'd be someone like totally random.
Yeah.
Who's got real long arms, who's gangly.
Just like Brent Burns with his gigantic wingspan.
I could see Nichushkin's like just like coming out of the water.
Going as hard as he can. Yeah, I'm in for this take. But yeah, the Avs at 5-on-5, I truly believe the Avs do not have a weakness.
Not with any sort of consistency.
Yeah, and I know
their biggest weakness is like their own moments of mental lapse where they just get lazy. For sure.
Their own worst they might be their own worst enemy.
Nature.
Yeah.
Like that'll happen.
Yeah, totally. And I know we focus in on the forwards a lot too, but this is absolutely true of the defense as well. Yeah, we talked about Malinski. Josh Manson had 2 points tonight. Casually picks up a couple assists on the breakout. Every single defenseman on the Avs had a point. All 6 of them. Oh, the forwards are too good. Let's take advantage of the defense. Nope.
You can try. It's not going to work.
Chat saying Taves would be a good swimmer. I guess. I don't think Landy would have it anymore.
Gabe's too pretty. Yeah. He doesn't have to. He's just slow motion coming out of the water the whole time.
100% hair flicking.
How is his hair perfect still? It's not even wet.
Must be nice. Must be nice. I wouldn't know what that's like. My hair would be soaking wet before I even jumped in the pool. So
it looks blonder than orange how it did initially.
The toner's been helping.
We're getting there. Starting to look like Slim Shady a little bit.
That'll never happen, but that's okay. That's okay. We did it anyway for the chatters. We appreciate all of y'all
Thank you for
much.
helping us raise over $1,000 for charity.
That's super awesome. Super awesome for y'all to show out like that. We do need to say our second break of the show, but also get us to 100 likes, chat. I want my winner shots. Get on that while we shout out our sponsors.
Do it. Hey, Colorado, stop by our local Dick's Sporting Goods for the hottest apparel and footwear from top brands like Nike, Adidas Originals, Hoka, DNVR, and more. You can visit any of the front range Dick's Sporting Goods, and they are very likely going to have an awesome assortment of DNVR gear. Avs, obviously, Nuggets, Broncos, you name it, they've got it. Dick's also has the latest equipment for baseball, football, soccer, basketball, golf. If you need it, they've got it. I love to kill time just walking around Dick's Sporting Goods looking at all this stuff. I could fill my man cave with jerseys. Maybe I'm going to get some camping gear. Who knows? They've got it. Right now, we are also doing a really cool promotion with Dick's Sporting Goods. It's 12 days of Giftmas, y'all. You can get a $50 gift card to both Dick's Sporting Goods plus the ALLCITY merch store. That's $100 in prizes. We're going to pick a new winner each and every day. The link's in the show notes, so go try and win, or you can check that out at dnvr.com/giftmas. Get your gear fast with free curbside pickup at your nearest store or easy shipping from Dicks.com. Every season starts at Dick's.
Get in with them. Jump on with that, and then I'm not a camping guy. I'm soft. I need my glamping. I need an internet connection so I can get with Bet365, the presenting sponsor of us here at a DNVR, and you can get your bets in on the Avs or on the Broncos or on the Nuggets. The Denver double hit again. Anytime. This year it's been hitting a lot. Anytime two Denver teams play, they both seem to win, or three the other week. So make sure you get those bets in with Bet365. Whatever you bet on, sign up with code DNVR365. Put $10 in your account. Bet $5 on anything. Win or lose. You don't even have to hit that bet. You get $150 in bonus bets, which you can use to bet on Nathan Mackinnon to win the Hart or the Avs to win on any given night. My Avs to cover bet hit by a lot. You bet the over, that hit today too. Lots of good options when it comes to Bet365's bets. They even have early payout offers in the NHL. The second the Avs got up by 3 tonight, if you picked them to win, you got paid. Just that easy. They have great parlay bonuses and bonus bets and boosts and all sorts of stuff too. So get with Bet365 today. Again, remember to use that DNVR365 code when you sign up. $5 bet, win or lose, you get $150 in bonus bets. Of course, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. Third period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by Bet365. Let's hear from head coach. Bednar had a lot to say pregame. It's a pretty darn good win. You got to think Bedsy's going to be pretty happy with this one.
Guys, go ahead. Bailey, start with you.
Coach, Gavin Brindley comes back in 10 games out. Is this about as good of a performance as you can get out of a guy like that?
Told you I had a feeling. Wouldn't affect him. Yeah, no, I mean he was fantastic from the drop of the puck and was earning lots of ice time tonight and executing, competing hard, and like I said, just relentless and tenacious on the puck.
Ryan Boley.
Is that a game you can be happy with start to finish?
Yep. I liked their game tonight. You know, like we had a couple miscues on coverage or puck play mostly that led to some dangerous chances against. Besides that, I thought we were really on our checking game, and the execution on the offensive side of it was awesome. Yeah.
Pat.
So Claude, we talked to Claude Lemieux in between periods, and he was very impressed with what you guys did tonight. I guess, what was it like having that group around the last couple of days and having the Stanley Cup on the ice?
Yeah, no, it was. I thought it was awesome. You know, like like I said, it's a great reminder of where our team's trying to go. Number one, it's great for all the present guys to meet some of the guys from the past that they've watched, I'm sure, and that, you know, have a legacy built here, kind of laid the foundation for our team and the way we want to play. And, you know, Joe's obviously a big part of that, right? He was there leading those teams. He's here leading our team. And so we've heard a lot of it. And, you know, for them to be able to come back and get together as a group and share their stories and with our guys and amongst one another, I'm sure it's been a great couple days for them, and we've been really happy that they were able to come and visit us this morning and come to the game tonight. I thought it was an awesome event.
Evan and Colleen.
Gavin said that
Popovich helped him a lot while he's out. We haven't really asked him. He replaced Kobe over the summer. Just what's his addition been like to the coaching staff?
It's been great. Yeah, I mean, dialed in. Another guy that's played the game, does a lot of talking. It's not just the skating side of it, but the mental side of it too. I think Pop's really into that, picking guys' brains and what's bothering them and being in tune with what the coaching staff wants some of the guys to work on and relaying that message. But he does a great job on the ice in small group skates and in larger group skates. And, for the guys that have been out missing any kind of time, he's invaluable to them. And sometimes he's with us on the road and sometimes he stays home. And we like what we have going there. And the players are impressed with what he brings to the table. So he's been an awesome addition.
Colleen.
Sam Malinski with 2 points tonight. We've talked about his kind of change in his shooting and shooting mentality, and that he did a lot of work over the summer. What can you say about the progression of his game?
Yep. Well, I've always liked the way he shot the puck and moved the puck. I was impressed with his defending tonight. Like, there's a heaviness to his defending now that he's just more aggressive, more assertive, and confident in that role. And so he's spending less time in his own zone trying to get the puck stopped. He's just reading coverage quicker, and there's an element of grit and determination in his 50-50 battles that kind of helps get our team moving the right way, and he was really good with that tonight.
Ryan and Eric.
Nathan Mackinnon made history again tonight. How much of an honor and a privilege has it been to watch Nate grow and flourish into one of the sport's best players?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, whenever you have a guy with that type of determination and leadership style, you want him to have success and you want him to be firing on all cylinders. And he was a horse on the puck tonight. Like, it was, I can't keep track of his milestones because it seems like he's getting one every game. So I don't even know which one you're talking about, but he was really good tonight, like highly competitive at the point of the puck and patient with the puck, but still making plays and making dangerous plays and difficult plays all night.
Eric.
Jared, you guys have obviously been number one for a while now. You're playing well, seems like almost every night, but it still seems like there's a big difference between how you play here versus on the road. Like, what is it about playing here that's worked for you and been such a big divide compared to this past?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that statement, but I just think like it's easy to get up in front of our crowd. They've been absolutely outstanding for years now, and they're back supporting us again this year. It's always more comfortable being at home than playing in someone else's rink and sleeping in your own bed and being with your family. It's just the way it is. So you try to make sure that you're taking care of your home ice, and we've been pretty good at doing that. The road is more difficult. It's usually travel's involved in getting city to city and some late nights on the road, and but I think we've been doing a nice job there too. We're probably not as dangerous on the offensive side of things, but we've still been responsible on the other side of it. So there's always little differences, but I feel like we've been doing a good job in both home and away.
Last two, Megan and Corey.
What went into the decision in moving Marty Netchis around the lineup a little bit, managing 50 minutes later in this game?
Yeah, well, he wasn't very good, number one. And number two, he wasn't very good because he's been sick for about 4 days. Like, he was sick prior to the Nashville game. And then he was sick again today and didn't come in for pregame skate. So energy down, not managing the game great, but trying to battle through for his teammates. And then you watch 54 play and you're like, this guy's having a night. Let's give him a look. No better time than give him a look up there. So yeah, and when we lost Kivy, everyone was going to play with everybody, right? We needed all 11 forwards, so we were moving guys around in sort of like just familiar groups. So that's what went into the decision. I like Brindley a lot, so I wanted to keep him with Mac and see what it looked like, and everyone else was kind of bouncing around a little bit and double shifting here and there.
Corey?
What happened with Gibby, and is there any update on this?
Yeah, Kivy has an upper body injury. He'll get evaluated again tomorrow, and then we should be able to get a decent timeline on him, but nothing too serious.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Most goals in Avalanche history.
What's that?
Most goals in Avalanche history.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Good news on Kivy that it doesn't sound too serious. Chat, over 100 likes. We appreciate y'all very much. Get your Dr. Dubs in the chat. Winner shots here. Take your medicine.
Go Avs.
Much better. Much better than my last one. Look, you get to a point in the season where you run out of ways to say the Avs are good.
We can test my vocabulary a little bit.
I mean, I feel like that mark was like 5 games ago, and now we're still here talking about them. But you look at what Bednar talks about in that interview, where it's like, oh, Natchez is sick. Cool. We can move Brindley to the top line.
We'll be fine.
Oh, you're missing someone else? Move Landeskog to that line. Oh, Nichushkin can move to that line. Oh, Ross Colton can just play 3C for us if we need to. Like, the Avs, it's not just the depth. We talk about the depth a lot on the show. We go through that side of it, and we talk about the Avs are arguably 14 forwards deep. It's also the versatility.
Mm-hmm.
Parker Kelly can play center, even if we don't love it. Ross Colton can play center. It's good. Your wingers, you have multiple wingers. Nichushkin can play both sides. Landeskog can play both sides of the wing. We've seen Lecky switch back and forth some to both sides. There are not a lot of teams that the Avs are bordering on playing positionless hockey. Like, even with the defense, Mikhail Makar, yes, he's a defenseman by listing, but you watch that dude play offense and you're like, that's not a defenseman. Devon Taves has been below the goal line more than some Avs forwards over the last 5 games. Colorado has put together a team that it's like an assembly line of interchangeable parts. Like, you can put anything with anything and it sort of just works.
Yeah, there's a malleability with this team that's really impressive. You can just kind of, this goes here, and they continue to flow. There's just not a lot of stoppages that are felt with this team right now. And obviously that's largely dependent on the current health status, which is good.
Of course.
Knock on wood, and whatever superstitions you have, do all that. But it's been pretty impressive to see, and we kind of talked about it earlier, but the fact that you can just get a multi-point night out of Brindley when you throw him back in the lineup, and you're getting this type of production from guys like Malinski. I don't know what you do with this team as an opposing coach. Like, good luck.
How do you prepare? I don't know how you prepare for that.
Like, how do you scheme for something like this when it's constantly in flux?
You're right. You can't. You can prepare for individual players to some extent, but that's mostly just praying Nathan Mackinnon and Cale Makar don't end you.
Try and get in his way if you can.
Yeah. And then it's too hard, other than apparently the penalty kill, which is just let the Avs beat themselves.
Maybe that's the key to beat the Avs. Just embellish everything. Try and get them on the power play as much as possible.
Whack them. Just whack them as hard as you can in every possible situation. We have the. Let's bring her in before I get mad about Nathan McKinnon's penalty shot. Bailey joining us live from Ball Arena. Seemed like a fun night. Obviously the game great, but also the 96 team in the house.
Yeah, it's to do that in front of the 96 crowd is a fun one, I would say. Pretty celebratory team performance all around. Again, you've got that Stanley Cup winning team in the 95-96 crew, but you also were able to put that beat down on in front of them against the current reigning champs. So that just kind of makes it extra sweet for me.
Yeah, math adds up to a great night there. Who was better tonight? I'm going to give you 2 players, and if you say a third one, that's fine, but it's got to be one of these 2. Gavin Brindley or Sam Malinski?
This might just be my bias, but I've got to give that to a Gavin Brindley. He had an incredible night back. And, Jared Bednar called it this morning. He was asked about the return, and when you miss 10 games, sometimes it's a little hard to step back into the pace that the Avalanche play at. Gavin Brindley had no problem with that tonight. I mean, 2-point night for a guy like him, and that to be able to do that with the energy that he had as well. That's some of the energy that this team has been missing for 10 games. And he was able to bring that back and make it look easy.
Yeah.
So it like that's my pick.
I agree.
When do you give Gavin Brindley a look at the power play? And it's somewhat tongue in cheek, but I mean, is he a smart guy that you could see getting a shot at some point if the struggles continue?
I don't see why not. He's been able to kind of assimilate into any position he's been put in for this team. You put him on the second line, he's thriving. You put him on the fourth line, he's thriving. You put him out in overtime, he gives that extra jump. Why not try that on the power play? If they're looking for something to put them over the edge, a guy like Brindley who plays with juice, who can handle the puck well, who is by all means a very, very smart decision maker on the ice. If you're looking for somebody who's going to add anything to the power play, I don't see why that guy couldn't be Gavin Brindley.
I'm willing to try anything on the power play at this point, so you might as well. Are there any negatives? That I guess the Kiviranta injury, sure, but other than that, the way the Avs played, are there really any negatives you can pull from this one?
A couple different. I think both goals that Florida got on were little breakdown-ish defensively. That's probably the only negative that I take away from it here. You get a little bit of miscommunication on the first, little bit of a defensive breakdown on the second. Overall, though, I think the good far outweighs the bad.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless.
Fully agree on that front. I'm curious, just because we haven't dug into it yet, thoughts on Blackwood tonight, if any?
Blackwood, I don't think played poorly, but I will also let you guys know he's playing sick. So we learned that today. He let us know before we hit record on the presser. He was like, just to let you know, if my voice sounds a little funny, I am a little sick. And we all kind of took a step back. But despite that, I don't think he played poorly. I think he made the necessary saves, and I don't necessarily put the 2 goals. Maybe the first one a little bit. The first one might be a little, you catch him a little flat, but the second one, right? The second one was a beautiful passing play.
Yeah.
I don't put that on him at all. So if that first one is the only one that I can really put on him, that's an otherwise great performance by a Mackenzie Blackwood, especially while sick.
Is the production they're getting from Brock Nelson sustainable, in your opinion?
I would like to say yes. I wouldn't be surprised if it slows down a little bit, though. With that said, to defend my yes, it just seems like he's found that level that he was kind of missing towards the beginning of the season. I would almost go as far as maybe to say he was a little snake bitten to start the season, because mechanically, like, he's doing everything correctly. He's getting to the deep areas of the ice. He's finding space. He was getting great looks, just nothing was going in for him. And now things are finally starting to kind of work out in his favor. He's finding puck luck, maybe, if you will. But my dad's got a funny saying, luck is where preparation and opportunity meet. And that's kind of what's happening for a guy like Brock Nelson. It seems like everything that he was doing right is finally starting to pay off for him. And if that's the way that, like, he's not necessarily playing better than he was to start the season. I'd say, yes, he's been on an upward trend, but he's been doing all of the little things right all season. Things are finally, he's just got that production to show for it now. So absolutely, if this is how he continues to play, it's absolutely sustainable.
He learned how to stop hitting the post with his shots.
Oh, gosh, if some other players could learn to do that a little bit too, that'd be nice.
Well, hard to complain when they score 6 tonight on that front, I suppose. The Avs have been sick for their entire road trip, and this is essentially 5th game in 5 in a different city, even if it is a home games, and that's 5 games in 8 days. And they go 3-1-1 while they're apparently the entire team has been sick over this week. is the expectation that the Avs are really better than that? That can't be, right? That's crazy.
It's hard to believe that this is something they can do while they're sick.
Right.
You're putting up 6 on, again, maybe a depleted reigning champ, but still overall like a really gritty, hard-playing team. You're putting 6 goals up on them while sick. That seems like, I don't know. I talked to Brock Nelson about that this morning, and I loved what he said about always playing the next game like it's game 1 and going into it with that mindset. And I think that's a lot of what fuels a team, especially while they're sick. And that's the mentality they're going in with. They're going in with grit. They're going in knowing that they are a really, really dominant team. But at the same time, too, like that next man up mentality has been huge as well. When other guys maybe aren't stepping it up, you've got that depth to show for it as well. And then again, look at a Mackenzie Blackwood, who apparently sickness doesn't affect him all too much, except on the first goal. That seems to be the expectation, that regardless of what this team is going through, regardless of the trials and tribulations and adversity they're going through, this is the team you're expecting to get night in and night out.
They're stupid
Well
good.
said.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. Any final thoughts, Bailey, before we let you go?
They got to practice tomorrow, but hopefully it's a nice little break. They've got a little revenge game heading in on Saturday, so hopefully they can get all the rest they need. I have very few notes from today.
Hope you got that hand Sanny on deck.
Yeah. Stay unsick, unlike the Avs. Yeah, drop 6 on Nashville 2 would be great. Bailey, thank you for calling in. We'll let you go. We've already done our winner's shot, so you can't be jealous this time.
I'll go find mine at home, I guess.
Chad
All
says
right,
if they
you
get to
guys.
150, that you got to do Bailey's for Bailey. That's the rule. So
How about this? If you guys get to 150, I'll record me taking my shot tonight.
there you go,
That sound
Chad.
good?
Do it.
You heard her. You heard her. Go get it done for us. Let's take a look at the Avs' current schedule as things are going. Bailey mentioned the revenge game against Nashville. Yeah, that one you would really like the Avs to have a little bit of extra umph in. We'll see. Nashville's bad. The Avs really should beat them. And you look at the schedule. Seattle getting ridiculously good goaltending, but really not that good of a team. That Winnipeg game, it doesn't seem like Hellebuck's going to be back.
Yeah.
You really should beat them there. But then a stretch of important games against Western Conference teams. Winnipeg, Minnesota, Utah, Vegas, LA, St. Louis less important, but in division. This is going to be a stretch where the Avs are going to have to earn it, right? And they've had some tough stretches. They've had some easy stretches in this season. If they go 8-2 or 9-1 or something against this stretch, you could make an argument the Avs are already undeniable, but they're absolutely undeniable after that.
I mean, it's going to test your ability to lock in, right?
Yep.
Like there's human nature. It's the holidays. I think everybody has a little bit of that in them that kind of sets in.
Your mind is somewhere else.
You know,
for sure.
I'd like to coast right. It's harder in our business. There's always games. There's always, I got
we don't get a lot of holiday time
transfer
off.
portal and signing day nonsense for 19-year-old athletes, but all this stuff. But I mean, this is, you got what, 8 games basically in the period between like the 13th and New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Like, I think you would like to come away with at least 6 wins in that. I mean, ideally more with what the way this team's playing and all the divisional matchups, but take care of business. Don't allow Dallas to gain any ground on you.
And you should feel good, I think, where the Avs are with Dallas. You're now 4 points up on them with a game in hand.
Coming off of the road trip too, and you got a ton of home games in January. That's an important thing to get through December, and I think you have like a 9-game homestand at one point in January.
Yeah,
and maybe it's not quite that.
I think
but
it's 7
plus
games
or something. Yeah.
The Avs are set up with a good amount of schedule. I will say the Vegas game is the stupid one.
Yeah, it's the weird
same day travel game because you're not allowed to travel during the Christmas break. That for some reason the Avs are required to play this game every year. It used to be against Arizona or Utah.
Something simple. I mean, it's like an hour flight to Vegas.
It is a short flight, but
still,
it's going to mess up your routine.
Your body clock
exactly.
and just the process of it, the whole habit. I do like that you have a full 3 days off before that, but still.
rest is no excuse for sure on that day. You should be good on that front. You look at the Florida Panthers. Let me ask you, J. Mike, how much of this is a feather in the cap? Is this hey, we just beat the defending champs? Because that's true, but you also know there's no Barkov, there's no Kachuk. This is a team that has been ailing this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it's not the same team, it's not.
Yeah,
but I refuse to not view beating the defending Stanley Cup champions twice, back to back. It's hard to win back to back in any sport, let alone hockey, where it might be more difficult to do it than any other sport.
Arguably, yeah.
That means something to me. I don't care if it's not quite the same team. There's still an aura with that franchise because of what they've accomplished of late. And I get it's not quite the same. It doesn't feel like beating the Florida Panthers of last year in the finals or something like that. But like,
still,
this is a team that's had a ton of success and they've been to 3 straight. So that doesn't mean nothing.
I think this is something that portions of the Avs fan base, myself included, like struggle with at times. The Avs are allowed to feel good about themselves. Like,
you are allowed to enjoy wins.
Right. Like, they're the best team in the NHL, and you have to enjoy that a little bit. Like,
can't enjoy this. Why sign up for the ride?
Not just us as the fan base, but the team itself, too. Yeah, you want to go 1-0 every day. Yeah, you want to do all the right things, but it's important to remember you are really good. You are earning it. You're getting the job done. And I understand it's a fine line between self-confidence and hubris that you can't go over that line, but the Avs really have not at all this year. We're 31 games in, and the Avs are proving that they are the guys that show up every single night. The Islanders game is maybe the only game of the year where it feels like the Avs didn't really show up at all. And pat yourself on the back. It's okay to say, hey, this is the goal. This is the objective. We're mission accomplished 31 games into the season. A lot of more missions to go, but you got to find some happiness there too.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a perfect comparison, so take it with a grain of salt, but I think, a good comp kind of is like, the Broncos, you beat the Chiefs this year, right? I mean, technically beat them a couple times at home now the last couple years. We've seen it's not the same Chiefs.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Clearly not, but you still beat them. Yeah.
So it's a lot more fun to win that game.
Yes, sir. Also, I love seeing the Chiefs dynasty come to an end, but
it's the salt of my family members in Kansas is going to fuel me through the holidays. So I need it. I need that Christmas win more than I need oxygen.
I'm saying, get it while the getting's good. There is, on an individual level, I don't have a problem with any Av tonight. Yeah, you look at some of Sam Girard's defense and you don't love it. Of course not. He finished plus. He was on the ice for both goals against, and he was on the ice for more goals for than he was against.
I mean, that's saying something.
You get the job done. It doesn't have to be beautiful for everyone. He also picked up an assist in this game. No notes, Avs. Just keep doing what you're doing. We do have one super chat to get to here, and then we'll start winding down the show. $2 from Ryan. I don't know what Brindley has. Maybe juice. He's the juice lord. You can't stop me. I know it's dumb, but I'm doing it anyway. You can't convince me of anything else for Gavin. It is really impressive from the Colorado Avalanche. It's hard to call this a bounce back, but they did lose their last game, even if it was in overtime.
I think it's a response.
Yeah, that's a better word for it. Yeah, the Avs have done that. They had that stretch of losses in the first 10 where they lost a bunch of games in overtime in a row.
That's why earlier I was like, basically every time you can pick like maybe one instance where they had multiple games in a row that were annoying.
And they said, this is not fun. Let's never do this again.
This is dumb. Let's just win every game we ever play.
And so that's what they went out and did. Like when they lose, they learned how to find that answer back. And yeah, whatever. Everything was stacked in their favor tonight. Sure. So what? You still have to go out and get the job done. And the Avs did that and made it look pretty.
I think it's just crazy that how normal it feels for this team to just be cruising up like 3-4 goals at a time.
It's
a weekly ordeal.
Yeah, it's not, oh, this is nice. It's, this again.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Cool.
Well, sweet.
Yeah, gonna go hit the showers and enjoy this one.
You're at home, you can get some chores done while you're doing the game.
right.
You know, again, those
Since all
high stress minutes that we're avoiding both as a fan base and, you know, the Avs as a franchise it's a win, baby. Take it. And again, have some fun.
All the Florida fans to bed early since it was a late game.
I got to imagine there were quite a few folks about halfway through that second period that it's about midnight. Let's call it.
I'm good. We are in overtime here. The conversation continues online at thednvr.com, but we will be wrapping up very quickly here. My only last comment I have to say here with you, J. Mike, is at what point does the regular season stop mattering?
When you no longer look at the point total next to Dallas and still feel a little bit of a shiver.
Okay. So you're definitely not there. Dallas remains competitive. The Avs got to go out and earn it every single night still until they've got that, whatever you want to call it, first seed President's Trophy locked up. That's it.
I mean, it's you're looking for internalized motivation at this point because the goal is obviously Stanley Cup or bust. But I think those are like the things that you do that kind of keep your foot on the gas.
Find something. The Michael Jordan, classically the best at that.
Oh, find that bulletin board material.
Yeah.
How are we being disrespected? The Broncos are putting on a masterclass. Nobody's better at that than Sean. Call Sean Payton up. He will find something petty to get you upset about. I promise. That's
Perfect.
our coach.
Get him wrapped in. We'll call it good. We are going to wrap this one up. We appreciate all of y'all hanging out with us for this one. Show tomorrow. AJ's coming on for the off day show and he wants to answer your questions. So we're doing a mailbag for AJ.
Mail time.
That Blues Clues?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. I'm old. I remember that.
Most of the audience should get that one, right? We're not that old.
Do you think Gavin Brindley would get that one? I
don't think he would. I almost asked Bailey when they started talking. I was like, you definitely were not born in 1996. But then I was like, I don't think you should ask a female colleague when they were born. It just seems like you're going down a slippery slope that we don't need to go down.
Man, let's get out of this.
Let's go abort.
We do love it though, chat. We hope to see you tomorrow. This has been the DNVR Avalanche post-game show presented by Bet365.
We all silly like the mayor.